What's going on, Rod?
Reporting for the night shift.
We're lucky to have our friend Rod as the go-to drag bike expert on this job. Unfortunately, he can't be here all the time because he's got his own racing shop to run. So I want to show him what we've done, make sure it meets regulations, and then get back to fabricating this bike. Put the oil tank right here. And then Vin's working on a battery box, and he's just cutting a bracket for me to bolt on. Does that look right for a belt guard, a chain guard?
Yeah, he's all right. The guys are coming along. Everything they've done today looks like it'll pass inspection. But there's still a lot of things to do that are not normally done for the kind of bikes OCC builds.
So, you know, the biggest thing is we got to put all the fittings and everything in here. Yeah. We need the oil line fittings for this and a fill cap. And then we got to get I don't know. I guess we got to make it or something, right? What do you think?
Honestly, I'm a little concerned about Paul's plan to notch a frame for the bigger engine. But I'll wait to see what they come up with before I sign any alarms.
So, I mean, really, it's just odds and ends stuff that we got to start pecking away at that'll get it going quicker. We did get some stuff done today. We got the oil tank done. We got the battery box and a few other odds and ends. We got the chain on. So we're making progress. It's just slow and tedious. All right, thanks, Rod.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you, definitely. Hopefully we'll start feeling like we're getting somewhere.
We are. We're getting there.
It's a lot more work than I thought it would be, for sure.
Yeah. Got to follow some sort of rules.
Yeah, we're not used to following.
The rules are there for safety mainly. Right. Not to make you go faster, it makes you safe down the track. I think that Paul and Vinny have realized that a drag bike is a different animal from a street bike. And that's good, because if they want this bike to go down the track safely in 8 seconds, they've got to do it right.
We had a list over here that Rod wrote. Did you see that at all? There we go. Puke can.
Each step of this bike is foreign to us. So Rod made us a list of each thing we have to do today.
I can't read his writing. What's that say to you right there?
Go on. Front fairing. All right, I gotta figure out a way to suspend this front piece to kind of get some measurements, man. This is gonna be weird. And you know, we're really lucky to have a drag specialist like Rod advising us on how to build this bike.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Because every step of the way, there's new things that we don't know how to do. You don't want it that far out, right?
Yeah, but what do you do?
I could cut down on the turning radius with longer bolts, you know?
Yeah.
When are we getting the original motor, the right motor for this, you know? When are they gonna have a motor for us? Do you know?
They're working on it.
What a surprise.
Oh, we don't need it anytime soon. We got another month on this project before it even goes out to paint.
And that's just, you'll just start understanding what's going on.
Yeah, that's when I just get a grip on the whole situation.
I got him!
You do, Vin. It looks sweet. Little alien head. You know, the wheelie bar needed some supports. They actually have to be adjustable so you could, if you need to change the pitch of the wheelie bar, you could still slide them and tighten them. And so I decided figured I'd do Napa and make that the strut. So, you know, aesthetically it was nice. It was still lightweight and served a purpose. All right, this is what we need. It's Napa going this way, Napa, and then Napa going this way, inside this shape. So after going over my basic design ideas with Pool, he digitized it into his computer and started shaping it out. There you go. Something like that? Yep. And this is such an easy job, it should be a no-brainer. That'll be super cool, Paulie. But with Pool on the job, you never really know for sure what you're gonna get. All right, man, sometime this year, right? This year? Yeah. At least by the end of 2005, I'd like to have it there. All right, buddy, you got it.
Something like that.
That looks good.
Right there?
Did that bracket come with that, Vinny? You had to
No,
make it?
I had to make it.
Gotta make sure that baby's strong, huh?
There's gonna be 2 more also.
You know, I may have never built one of them drag bikes before, but seeing how high performance they get, I know enough to know that you better not be clowning around with things like strength and safety. This here is way over this way.
Is it?
Yeah. And since Rod's not here yet to babysit these guys, I figured I'd check in and make sure they're not building a death trap or something. Come and look at it from the front. Come and look at this from the front. Look at the bars on both sides.
You know, I think that side code's got to come up
a little, right?
A little bit.
Because on these bikes, little details could decide whether some people live or die. And it ain't no joke, neither.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Uh-oh. You know, I've already been in to check on Pool's progress 2 times today. And for some reason, he was designing everything but what I needed. I mean, he's a really talented guy and all, and he knows computers really well, but I think sometimes his brain isn't running on all cylinders.
Rotate 5 degrees that way. Oh, man. Rotating's hard.
And this 3rd time around with him, I had no idea what to expect. How you doing, Pool?
Not too bad.
You just gotta shrink him in. You still got it wrong.
No,
Yeah, you do.
I don't. Dude, I can't have it wrong.
What don't you understand about 90 degrees? You want me to get a square?
Yes.
This is 90. Look. You know, me and Pool I have a hard time getting through to Pool sometimes. I mean, I think I'm explaining it clearly, but he doesn't think the way I do, so there's always a real struggle there.
The word of the day is Napa.
That's cool. Just like that's fine. Now, can you do it exactly the way you did it, only backwards now?
Maybe.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I can do it backwards.
All right, make me one right, one left.
It's gonna say apnea.
Yeah, that's good, Pool.
Pan.
That's good. Keep
It'll
up the
say
good work,
pan.
buddy. Ronnie, I want you to cave his head in.
Listen, before I start mounting this to the frame,
Yeah.
I think we have to know if we're going to use this front piece or not.
What front piece?
This.
Let's get the old man's opinion. We're contemplating on whether or not we should cut this whole piece off right here. We got a picture of one without this. It's just got the fairing from there on back.
You know, to help us figure this thing out, we've been looking at different pictures of drag bikes. And one of them that we really liked had the backbone exposed.
I like that. All right, that's it. That's what we'll do then.
And once he gave us the green light, me and Code just sheared that thing right in half. No turning back now, Code.
You know, getting these Napa struts cut out was such a cluster today with Pool. I was just looking forward to getting them mounted and moving on with this bike.
That'll be awesome. Just laying down.
Because I really wanted to get as much done as possible before Rod showed up today to check on our progress.
How you guys doing?
What's up, bro? Don't even talk to us, Rod.
You get anything done today or what?
We got the plastics mounted.
See that?
Hey, Rod, what do you think about the brackets I made for the front fairing?
Only problem, this stuff likes to crack plate, you know, like in here.
Yeah.
You got a lot of vibration. That'll definitely crack.
You think?
Yeah, just from flexing back and forth.
Paul, he's saying this stuff's gonna crack.
Don't surprise me, Vin.
You know, helping these guys build this bike's been a lot of fun, but there's a lot of safety and performance issues they're not used to. And I really hate to break the bad news to them when their ideas aren't really gonna work out. But my main concern is that nobody seriously gets hurt on this thing. My really big concern is bike structural integrity if they cut into that frame for the bigger motor, which means it can potentially fail the inspection. And since they haven't done anything about it in 2 days, I simply couldn't ignore it anymore. Do you guys talk to these guys about the frame on this?
I don't know, Rod.
What if we went with a single tube?
I guess.
That would eliminate our problem, right?
Yes, it would. It would change things a bit.
But I wasn't sure if Paulie would like the idea of nixing the tank that he had built and spent so much time on. I had a vision.
Next time you have a vision, call me in the morning.
Well, you were working on your Napa signs. I was thinking about the frame.
I know.
I tried to tactfully say, let's get rid of the 2 bars, let's put one tube in there and make it a fuel tank. But typically, most of the Nitro Harleys and stuff only use about a Gatorade bottle. That you can actually mount inside the frame.
Yeah, I mean, you're only going, it's over.
Do your burnout, you do your launch, you know?
Yeah.
As of today, I realized my racing innovations didn't build them the frame they needed for serious drag racing applications.
We were talking about, like, originally, how radical do you want to go? We were going to make it so you could drive it on the street and still drag it.
Oh, that's why they did.
So maybe they didn't.
That's why they went. Might have went
about rake.
I think they go with a single tube also. They might have went with a double tube because you were on the street. If you said the street, That's why they went with the double tube instead of the single.
Yeah?
You're not gonna drive a tube like that on the street.
You know, originally I wanted to be able to drag this bike and make it street legal. But the more we've gotten into it, the more I realize you just can't do both.
I like the double tube though, man. That sucks.
I do too. I like the double tube, and I think the tank will look good when it's all done, you know?
I'm putting that tank right in that 50-ton press if we don't use it.
And basically that means sacrificing my gas tank.
Either that, we get this to work, you know?
Yeah.
I just want to throw the option out there. And we can get this to work, but...
But you know what? I think pretty soon we're gonna have to be making some really tough decisions around here.
First thing we're doing this morning on a Napa bike is figuring out what to do with the fuel tank.
What's our decision? Are we gonna go with the single tube?
Listen, if you're gonna ask me my decision, I like the double.
You're not my brother anymore.
I love the tank.
No, I think it's nice.
I think it's gonna come out looking awesome.
Yeah, no, I think aesthetically it's much nicer. So we notch the frame.
I'm down with it.
You take away from the value of the structure.
The integrity?
Yeah,
You have no integrity, so beat it.
just so it's aesthetically more pleasing.
You know, it's one thing to want to keep the fuel tank that I built on the frame, but when Mikey recognized the dangers of notching the frame, I had to take a minute and rethink everything. Then again, a single pipe might look cool too, just
I bet
hanging
it
there
will.
with a cap in it.
I mean, you were getting pretty excited about that yesterday, about the big arc. I know Paulie's on the fence about which way to go with this fuel tank, and I don't think Mikey's helping the situation.
Beat it.
You beat it.
I'll
My
drag you out
project
here
now.
by your hair. Go.
All right, all right.
Would you get rained on? Because I know you didn't shower this morning.
You're not my brother.
You know, I'm not ready to make a decision about the fuel tank until I talk to Rod again. But until he gets here, I figured I might as well start bending up some 2 1/4 inch pipe in case we switch out the backbone.
All right, let's wake up, guys.
Now that Rod's here, I gotta make a decision. Are we going this route?
It's your call.
What do you think, Rod? Huh?
I'm not notching that tube.
So you think we should lose the dual tubes? Huh?
I would.
You'd do it?
Yeah.
What do you think, Vin? You'd notch the
Oh,
frame?
don't talk to me. Notch the frame.
Yeah?
No. No, I told
listen,
you the whole reason I was for
I'm
that
right
is
in the
'cause
middle.
I like that look a lot. I like the gas tank and I like the double tube, but
I like to look too, but
if this is gonna work out better, then what the hell?
I just don't like notching chrome moly. And basically, with the heads running into the top of the tube, we weren't going to notch them and cut them. If you could fit the engine in with that frame, I say go with that frame.
No, we can't get it in without it, but it wouldn't be half.
But if you got to notch from here to here on chrome, forget it. It ruins the structural integrity of the bike. It's gone, you know. And the main thing is to be able to take that second ride.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't want to cut any corners, that's for sure. I just don't. I just want to figure out.
You definitely got some, you got serious power and serious speed on it. And you want it safe. I don't agree with notching this tube all the way down to fit the head
the
in.
other day about bending, heating them in.
You can heat it and bend it, but that's really not the way to go either. It'd be quicker to cut the thing off. Done, out of the way.
Okay, let's do that now. What we had to do today, and it was a big decision, but we decided to go with it, was take the whole backbone and tank that I had built out and put a single pipe in there that would be the fuel tank and the backbone. So we got to pull this motor and trans out so we can lop the neck off this thing and freaking throw it in the garbage. You know, the process basically is to cut the existing backbone out and replace it with a piece of pipe. Now, for me, it was difficult to do because I spent so much time building that aluminum gas tank and getting everything just perfect with that. But the fact remained that it seemed to be the best way to do it, and I trust Rod's opinion, so it's just the right way to fix the bike. This is all no good anymore, Vin.
What?
My little tank.
I know. What a waste of time.
I'm gonna start lopping it off. Now that I've cut off the old backbone, I still need to trim off the welded ends and prep the frame for the new backbone. Then I'll measure, cut, and fit the 2 1/4-inch chromoly tube that's going to become our backbone and our gas tank. I don't even know how to start this thing, man. I guess I'll notch it and then figure it out, man. I'm just afraid of doing all this and cutting it too short. Hey, Rod, take a look at this.
I'm really glad these guys decided to change the backbone. This way they stand a better chance of getting the bike to pass inspection and being a safer bike down the track. Let's cut it off right there for now.
Well, let me cut this off first and notch it. Yesterday, as a precaution, we bent this pipe to an angle that we would need to use on the bike. Now I gotta notch the end to fit it on the neck of the frame. You know what? I'll get a height and I'll cut it longer.
Yeah.
Because my problem is we cut that sucker short and I'm quitting.
Go off, go off across here, that's all.
That's right.
There's your right downside right there.
That's where it fits perfect.
Don't be scared.
I am. You know, having Rod here the whole day has really helped us to keep moving. He's built enough of these to know what it takes to get the job done right. So I'll keep fitting this pipe while Rod and Cody finish tacking the wheelie bar and Zeus fasteners.
She gonna work?
Oh, yeah. The only thing I want to check, man, is the motor. Wow, it's easy to get in now. Pretty decent. Might have to tweak it a little bit. That'll be good, just like that, man.
Looks like the old dinosaur on it.
Now to finish up, we need to drill a hole for the gas cap and seal the end. Let me see. All right. That'll be good, just like that, man. There's still plenty of work to do on this bike, but we made the right decision to switch the backbone. This will definitely be the fastest bike we've ever built at OCC. But I still want it to be a safe